howdy, welcome to the breakdown for Armen Petrosyan versus, not going to pronounce his first name, Kolev. Interesting fight. Interesting in the way that Tapology is freaking me out with these predictions, and the odds makers are freaking me out with this prediction. I don't agree with it at all. I just don't know what's going on. I'm not sure if they got the odds messed up, but Armen Petrosyan is a plus 260 underdog, and I have him winning this fight. Pretty convincingly in my head. Hopefully it goes that way. But I got some videos to back it up to show you guys what I'm talking about. And I'm also going to give you guys a little bit of information about why I think Armen Petrosyan is going to win this fight. So to start, you look at Armen Petrosyan's record. I don't like to look at records to determine victories. Not necessarily. But Armen Petrosyan fought in Fight Nights Global. And also fought, some decent competition. I think the massive thing here that's popping out to me is looking at Kolev's style. He has good boxing, but he typically wins and thrives when he's on top, ground and pounding. And now when I look at Armen Petrosyan, I'm like, all right, Armen Petrosyan, Muay Thai champion, crazy stand-up, ridiculous stand-up. Like, let's be real, I think these are different level stand-ups if you look at them both. But in his fights, specifically against Dmitry Minikov, who's Vitaly Minikov's brother, the one who's a Bellator champion, that's his brother, and he controls Armen Petrosyan against the cage for like 2 rounds, but Armen Petrosyan is constantly getting back to his feet, never accepting any positions, and he ends up fucking knocking out Dmitry Minikov. Not knock him out, but he finished him with a body kick that was fucking brutal. He threw like 2 and that was it. Armen Petrosyan's stand-up is ridiculous. His Muay Thai is stupid. His leg kicks are going to be very big and effective against Kolev because Kolev he's more of a boxer. He's not really a kickboxer when he strikes. And I'm not trying to override Kolev, but I think Armen Petrosyan's faced better grapplers. Kolev, though, has a judo championship in Bulgaria. I think like 3-time champion, world champion, or national champion, or whatever. And I don't see that being effective because of what I've seen from Kolev, right? You can have these accolades, but when I see the footage and I see, him, he was exchanging, Kolev was exchanging on the feet with, I forgot his name, but he was getting hit, man. He was hittable as hell, and no practical head movement. But Kolev, he's got good boxing, right? I'm not going to underrate him, but I just think next level stand-up and the fact that Armen Petrosyan has faced adversity with grapplers like Dmitry Minikov, I think he's going to have no problem, getting back to his feet. Sure, Armen Petrosyan is susceptible to some takedowns, can be controlled, but he's never in bad positions. He's never getting caught in submissions. He's never getting controlled like on top, like ground and pounded. He's typically in a defensive position, getting back to his feet against the cage. No one's really able to get offense out of him on the ground. The one loss that Armen Petrosyan has on his record, it was an interesting fight. I wouldn't say that Petrosyan was winning that fight. Both guys were settling in, and he got caught, right? It's 1 minute into the fight. They were both settling in. You couldn't really tell anything off that fight. You couldn't tell how that fight was going to go in the next 3 minutes. So the way I see this fight is Armen Petrosyan, Kolev start on the feet. Kolev pushes up Petrosyan and gets the cage. Maybe gets a takedown or 2. Maybe lasting that first and second round getting controlled, but I do see Petrosyan coming back and finishing Kolev, regardless of him getting controlled here. I don't doubt that Kolev can get him against the cage. I don't doubt he can get control, but I think Petrosyan's good enough to get back to his feet, and I think he's good enough to put him out in that second or third round, because from what I've seen, Kolev has been the hammer the entire time, and I don't know how he's going to react when he's not the hammer, right? I think Petrosyan has so much experience that I can't override it over what Kolev's done. Sure, Kolev has great accolades, good judo, decent boxing, but I just like Petrosyan in this spot a lot. And the fact that he's a 260 fucking plus 260 underdog is fucking ridiculous. That's disrespectful as fuck. I think if anything, maybe if you want to keep Kolev as the favorite here because he's good with his grappling and he can have control, sure, you can make him a favorite, but I don't see it being Kolev that much of a favorite. I think Petrosyan has a very good active chance here, and I think he wins this fight. But yeah, I'm gonna get into this footage, and I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. We're gonna go over this Armen Petrosyan footage, starting off with Dmitry Minikov against the cage. As I mentioned, controlling him. He's been like that for about 2 rounds. He splits away. He knows this is his chance to get it done. Starts landing combinations, lands that body kick. He can't take many of those, can he? Ooh, likes those hooks. You see, he's just picking his shots. Lands another brutal body kick. You can't take those. Nobody can take those. Gets it in the clinch. Lands the knees. Like, look at this. Picking his shots, right? Ooh, lands that body kick. You're going to tell me you're going to pick against that. Nobody can take those body kicks. Look at that war cry. You're going to pick against that? I can't. I really can't. I see that and I'm like, yeah. Before we get into Kolev's footage here, you see before the fight started that he has a record of 8-4, but on Typology it says something 0-4 or something like that. Like that's also why I'm showing this footage. Here, this footage specifically because it's sus, right? So here we have Kolev on top mount position, where he typically likes to be, kind of like in the half guard here, and he starts tapping, right? Like, why is he tapping? What's going on? What's he tapping for? Kolev agrees to it, and that's it. Woohoo! What a win! Oh my God, what a win! Oh, that deserves a kiss from the missus. Oh, what a win! What a stoppage! But nah, I'm just kidding. But I see this, and then I see the fights that Armen's having, and I just see Kolev being the hammer most of the time, and I don't know how he's gonna be. If Armen Petrosyan gets up from these takedowns or is not taken down, how is he gonna react? That's the way I see it. But yeah, the fight ends up getting restarted. I don't know, I can't understand because of language barriers, but he ends up winning by KO, and I think that's what's reflected on his record. But it's just all a weird situation, and I just don't know if I trust that. That's my stance on it.